शुक्ला अनम्यूट रखो आप, बीच बीच में पूछेंगे।
ओके सर।
टॉपिक है जनरल कैरेक्टर्स ऑफ एंजियोस्पर्म, देयर कंपैरिजन एंड कंट्रास्ट टू अदर ग्रुप्स ऑफ प्लांट्स। General characters of angiosperms, their comparison and contrast to other groups of plants. हमने जब पढ़ना शुरू किया पहले ही दिन से एक बात मैंने आपको बताई कि हमें चीज तब समझ आ जाते हैं when we know the antonym of a thing. दिन की कदर हमें तब पता चलेगी जब हमने रात देखी होगी कि रात कैसे होती है। So bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm, bryophyte, pteridophyte, जिम्नोस्पर्म को बेटर अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए हम पढ़ेंगे लास्ट में जनरल कैरेक्टर्स ऑफ एंजियोस्पर्म। एज ए ग्रुप ऑफ प्लांट, लैंड प्लांट, we have to see where angiosperms are advanced than other groups of plants. What are the similarities of angiosperms with gymnosperms, pteridophytes, and bryophytes? How far angiosperms have become the dominant flora of present era? आजकल जो दुनिया में ज्यादा प्लांट्स है, they are angiosperms. What are the characters of angiosperms which have made them the dominant flora? Flora means collectively all plants. अगरचे ब्रायोफाइट्स है, टेरिडोफाइट्स है, जिम्नोस्पर्म्स है, लेकिन एंजियोस्पर्म्स डोमिनेंट क्यों है? इन टर्म्स ऑफ नंबर में भी and other features may be, in terms of their distribution, in terms of their appearance, physiognomy, etc. तो जिम्नोस्पर्म्स दुनिया में बहुत कम रहे हैं। One report is there are only some 70-80 genera of gymnosperms, but angiosperms are most numerous. What are the features that have made these angiosperms the most numerous plants of the plant kingdom? One, angiosperms जो है, literal meaning angiosperms are also called flowering plants. This is important. Angiosperms को हम flowering plants कहते हैं. In this respect, angiosperms differ from all other groups of plants, be they pteridophytes, be they bryophytes, or gymnosperms. All the three groups of plants, bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms, they do not produce flowers. It is the only angiosperms which produce flowers, so they are called flowering plants. Number two, angiosperms are called flowering plants. Number two, angiosperms are called flowering plants. Number two, they are called anthophyta. Anthophyta. They are called angiosperms. Angiosperms. They are called angiosperms. They are heterogamous. Heterogamous. When we study all their names from the names themselves, it is depicted that they are the most advanced group of plants. अब हर कोई सोचेगा why angiosperms are most advanced group of plants. Zoology में हम जिस तरह पढ़ते हैं, हम phylum पढ़ते हैं. We start from basic level of phyla, Coelentratus, Echinoderms, फिर Chordata. लास्ट में हम mammals एक क्लास पढ़ते हैं अंडर Chordata. Mammals most advanced है and most numerous है, and among mammals human being is at top. इसी तरह among all plant groups the angiosperms are at top. And angiosperms, why angiosperms are at top? Why angiosperms are most dominant? Angiosperms क्यों सबसे ज्यादा है dominant? इनकी dominance क्यों है? हमें वो कैरेक्टर जानने हैं which have made angiosperms the dominant flora of present era. यानी हम एवोल्यूशन जब हमने देखा तो हमने स्टार्ट किया एल्गी से। एल्गी में क्लोरोफाइसी कोलियोकेट लाइक एल्गी, उन्होंने प्रिमिटिव ब्रायोफाइट बनाया। प्रिमिटिव ब्रायोफाइट्स में एक एडवांस्ड ग्रुप ऑफ ब्रायोफाइट्स, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, बार बार मैं कहते आया हूँ, एडवांस्ड ग्रुप ऑफ ब्रायोफाइट्स। एडवांस्ड ग्रुप ऑफ ब्रायोफाइट्स ने प्रिमिटिव टेरिडोफाइट्स इवॉल्व हुए, प्रिमिटिव टेरिडोफाइट्स। एंड प्रिमिटिव टेरिडोफाइट्स में एक ग्रुप एडवांस्ड टेरिडोफाइट्स। एडवांस्ड टेरिडोफाइट्स ने प्रिमिटिव जिम्नोस्पर्म्स, एंड प्रिमिटिव जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में advanced gymnosperms, and advanced gymnosperms gave rise to primitive angiosperms, and primitive angiosperms as a group is the dominant flora, and most advanced. They are very much adapted to colonize every part of biosphere. In fact, they form the flora of Honduras. They form the flora of tropical climates. They form the flora of Arctic climates. That is, they can colonize the diverse habitat. अब मसला है, in what respects they are able to colonize diverse habitats, किन मामलों में ये एडवांस्ड है। एवोल्यूशन के मामले में एंजियोस्पर्म्स मोस्ट रिसेंट, एंड एवोल्यूशन के मामले में हाईएस्ट इवॉल्व्ड, एडवांसमेंट के मामले में हाईएस्ट एडवांस्ड, प्रेजेंस के मामले में omnipresent present everywhere, that is have occupied the diverse habitats. The plant body is a sporophyte. यहाँ पर they have reached the advancement. यहाँ पर they have become the highly advanced. पहले गैमेटोफाइट था डोमिनेंट फेज ब्रायोफाइट्स में, गैमेटोफाइट के बाद स्पोरोफाइट बन गया डोमिनेंट, लेकिन स्पोरोफाइट टेरिडोफाइट्स में डोमिनेंट बन गया, लेकिन स्पोरोफाइट वाज नॉट सेटल अ वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड स्ट्रक्चर। स्पोरोफाइट फिर जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में और इलाबोरेट हो गया, and in angiosperms elaboration of sporophyte has reached to the maximum level, और angiosperms में sporophyte सबसे एडवांस्ड है। यहाँ पर sporophyte is differentiated into well developed root system, sporophyte is differentiated into well developed shoot system, और well developed root system includes all diverse types of roots, be they tap roots, be they adventitious roots. All types of roots are found in angiosperms, and in well-developed shoot systems, they have well-developed shoot system in being having well-developed stem, well-developed trunks, well-developed branches, well-developed leaves, and most prominently producing flowers. So in plant kingdom we see the production of flower first time, और plant evolution में हम पहली बार angiosperms में production of flower देखते हैं। This production of flower has given them an advantage. One character is presence of flower. This makes them more advanced, most advanced in fact. This is one among the features, production of flower. First time we see the production of flower in angiosperms. और leaves यहाँ है, we have several kinds of leaves and their patterns of arrangement. जितने भी patterns of arrangement of leaves है, ये आपने lower classes में पढ़ा है, pattern of arrangement of leaves. This we call phyllotaxy. And all types of phyllotaxies are present in angiosperms. All types of arrangement of flowers, inflorescences, and the symmetry of flowers, and the color of flowers, and the number of parts of flowers, and the flower members. There is a greater diversity in angiosperm. Depending upon the number of cotyledons, angiosperms are spermatophytes, that is, they are seed-producing plants and belong to phanerogamous, that is, have visible marriage. They are phanerogamous, that is, they have well-developed sexual organs, phanerogamous. Their marriage is visible. Marriage is visible. They produce a prominent flower, and flower is the sex organ in angiosperm. So, production of flower, marriage being visible, makes them phanerogamous. Production of seed makes them spermatophytes. Spermatophytes are seed-producing plants. But depending upon when seed germinates, how many cotyledonary leaves, cotyledonary leaves, or embryonic leaves are produced. We have two groups under angiosperm, which we call monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. If there are two cotyledons in seed, we call them dicotyledonous, and if it is one, we call them monocotyledonous. For example, our staple foods, wheat, rice, belong to these monocotyledonous. And there are so many differences between monocots and dicots. Now coming to the vascular system, vascular tissue system, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem came on scene first time in the pteridophytes during the course of evolution. Or pteridophytes में xylem and phloem was not so much developed, and development continued. It reached maximum in gymnosperm and has reached to the optimum level in angiosperm. Xylem is comprising of well-developed vessels. Phloem is comprising of well-developed sieve cells, sieve elements, sieve tubes. So this is the advancement of vascular tissue. The presence of highly developed vascular tissue makes this is another characteristic feature which helps us in making angiosperm the dominant flora, because this highly developed vascular tissue helps us in the fast conduction of water, minerals, and transport of food, and this helps them to produce larger leaves, to produce enormous body, and these features make the angiosperm one. These are one among the features these make angiosperm the dominant flora. Now, sporophylls. We saw sporophylls. Sporophylls, that is spore producing leaves, specialized leaves. Megasporophyll, and microsporophyll. Their demarcation, their differentiation in pteridophytes, it started in pteridophytes, reached maximum in gymnosperm. And these have become much reduced in angiosperm. यहाँ पर very important. Sporophyll, megasporophyll, and microsporophyll. In angiosperm, megasporophyll has become a reduced structure. Megasporophyll. It has become carpal in angiosperm. Carpal, pistil. We study different parts of carpal. Essentially, it is having the basal part, which is called the ovary. And ovary is the essential part of carpal, because in ovary there is ovule. Ovule is integumented megasuperangium. And in ovule is contained the embryo sac. So in angiosperm, the megasporophyll has reduced to its lowest level in formation of a carpal. So carpal and megasporophyll are analogous structures. Now, microsporophyll. Microsporophyll is the leaf bearing microsporangia. containing the microspores. Now in angiosperm, this microsporophyle has become a very reduced structure in form of stamen. So stamen and microsporophyle are analogous structures. The stamen of angiosperms is like the microsporophyle of gymnosperms and pteridophytes. Microsporophyle in form of stamen in angiosperms is having sterile filament, not producing spores, and the fertile part apex at apex, which we call anther. And in anther are present microsporangia, 4 microsporangia usually. And those microsporangia bear microspores. And microspore and the megaspore are the first cells of male and female gametophytes. Now, male gametophyte and female gametophyte. When we started the plant evolution from Bryophytes, in Bryophytes we saw the dominant phase of life cycle was gametophyte, and the gametophyte was elaborate structure. It was a thallus-like structure, thallus-like structure in liverworts. It was a leafy structure in Bryopsida mosses, and the reduction in gametophyte took place, and in pteridophytes it became the sporophyte, the dominant phase of life cycle. And from pteridophytes onward, the sporophyte elaboration took place, and the sporophyte elaboration has reached maximum in angiosperms. Sporophyte बहुत ही elaborate बन गया angiosperms में. यहाँ पर well developed sporophyte है, comprising root system and shoot system and even flowers and even fruits. अब एक बात हो गई during course of evolution, gametophyte धीरे धीरे reduce हो गया, and the gametophyte has reached to the maximum level of reduction in angiosperms. और angiosperms में gametophyte क्या रह गया? We have two gametophytes. One is male gametophyte and the other is female gametophyte. Female gametophyte. यहाँ पर कुछ चीजें समझने की बहुत जरूरत है. Male gametophyte and female gametophyte. This is the important portion of your present lecture. That is, male gametophyte यहाँ पर angiosperms में बहुत ही reduced बन गया, and it starts from microspore. Microspore during the course of development divides metatically into two cells and forms pollen grain. Pollen grain is having one vegetative cell and the other generative cell. Vegetative cell is larger cell, generative cell floats in the cytoplasm of vegetative cell, and the generative cell later on divides to form two male gametes. So at maximum, the male gametophyte in angiosperms contains only 3 cells. Male gametophyte in angiosperms contains only 3 cells. And if we see this gametophyte in Bryophytes, it was a multicellular structure comprising of hundreds and thousands of cells. So was the case in pteridophytes too. There was it was in form of prothallus. It was having so many cells, and in gymnosperms as well, there were so many cells in the male gametophyte. No doubt, being some male gametes, there were prothallus cells, there were tube cells, there were vegetative cells, there were other cells associated with the male gametophyte. But in angiosperms, the male gametophyte has become too much reduced, that is maximally comprising of only 3 cells, that is one vegetative cell and other 2 male gametes. This is the ultimate reduction of male gametophyte in angiosperms. Now, coming to the female gametophyte. Female gametophyte is subtle and elaborate structure in angiosperms, but it too has only maximally 7 cells. When we study the development of female gametophyte in angiosperms, and at the end of the development, we see an embryo sac containing 7 cells, mostly 7 cells, and this is the commonest type of embryo sac. There are other types of embryo sacs as well, or female gametophytes, but this is the commonest type of embryo sac in angiosperms, comprising of 3-celled egg apparatus. The central cell, the middle cell is the egg cell. flanked by two synergids. The synergids have accessory role in fertilization or development of later development. There is a central cell containing two nuclei, polar nuclei, and these are three antipodal cells. So maximally there are 7 cells and 8 nuclei. This two has become much reduced. So female gametophyte 2 in angiosperms have become a reduced structure comprising maximally of 7 cells and 8 nuclei. So during the course of evolution, we see the reduction in gametophyte and elaboration in sporophyte. Sporophyte is a usually 2N structure having two sets of chromosomes, and gametophyte is having single set of chromosomes. It is usually haploid structure. So when there are two sets of chromosomes making the plant body, it would be superior than a plant body having one set of chromosomes. This is another advancement of angiosperms, which makes them the dominant flora of the present era. And coming to the pollination, diverse kinds of pollination are here in angiosperms. We see pollination by wind, we see pollination by water, we see pollination by several kinds of animals, which we usually call zoophily. Zoophily, zoophily too has involvement of so many animals, birds, insects, bats, snails, etc. And it is interesting. Some hypothesize that angiosperms have exploited the animals for their reproduction. That is, they have utilized insects, they have utilized snails, they have utilized bats, they have utilized several kinds of insects for their pollination by producing various colors of flowers and providing other rewards to the pollinating agent. This again gives them an advantage over other groups of plants like gymnosperms, where there is only one kind of pollination, that is pollination by wind. Here we see diverse kinds of pollination in form of anemophily, ornithophily, chiropterophily, hydrophily, entomophily, macalophily, etc. These two again makes them the dominant flora. Another feature in angiosperms is that the embryo is contained in ovule. This is important. Embryo development occurs in ovule. Ovule में बनता है embryo, and ovule is covered by integuments, and so becomes the seed. And seed too is covered by a fruit. Seed भी fruit के cover में है. And again, some evolutionists say that the production of fruit by angiosperms is another advantageous feature of angiosperms. By producing fruit, the angiosperms, इन्होंने बहलाया है, they have lured, उन्होंने बरगलाया है other animals, other organisms for their dispersal, for their reproduction. यानी कि angiosperms produce beautiful fruits, delicious fruits, amazing fruits, attractive fruits, which attracts the fruit eating organisms, and they produce this fruit only for their dispersal and for their successful life, for becoming the dominant flora of the present era. One more feature in angiosperms is that they produce the endosperm. Endosperm is the nutritive tissue which feeds the embryo in the seed, and the endosperm here is mostly in most of the angiosperms triploid. Triploid means it is having 3n number of chromosomes. But endosperm, we saw formation of endosperm first time in gymnosperm. But there, if you recall, the endosperm formation was having the constitution of only n number of chromosomes. That is, endosperm was haploid. That is, with n number of chromosomes in gymnosperms. In angiosperms, it is having 3n number of chromosomes. This is the commonest type of endosperm. That is, it is formed after fertilization. Endosperm formation in angiosperm takes place after fertilization. This gives them again an advantage over other groups of plants in becoming the dominant flora of the present era. One more feature which we have studied, that is, angiosperms have double fertilization and triple fusion. Double fertilization is the male gametophyte is having two male gametes. One male gamete fusing the egg becomes zygote, and zygote later on develops into embryo. The other male gamete fuses the central cell, forms the primary endosperm nucleus, and which later on forms the nutritive tissue which we call endosperm. This again gives them the dominance over other plants in the plant kingdom. And fruit 2, formation of fruit 2 in angiosperm is a dominant feature, gives them a dominant influence over other groups of plants. So with this, we ended the general features of angiosperms, their comparison and contrast with other groups of plants. कल इंशाल्लाह अगर टाइम रहा, नेट रहा, बाकी चीजें, we will study call an important topic which we call alternation of generation. This is very important topic. So कल के लिए be ready for important encounter, that is alternation of generation. Alternation of generation. एक मिनट वानी इस्ला
जी सर।
आप अनम्यूट करो।
जी सर बोले।
आया लेक्चर ठीक?
यस सर।
कोई नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं?
नो सर, आज नहीं थी।
आज नहीं आई। अच्छा, अब एंजियोस्पर्म था सिलेबस में?
सर कंपैरिजन है उसका।
कंपैरिजन, क्योंकि हमें तब तक वो चीजें पता नहीं चलेंगी जब तक उनका एंटोनियम जानेंगे। दिन की कदर नहीं आएगी जब तक रात ना देखी होगी, हमें दिन तब तक समझ नहीं आएगा। तो हमने पहले से ही कैरेक्टर्स पढ़े थे जिम्नोस्पर्म्स के, टेरिडोफाइट्स के, ब्रायोफाइट्स के। कंपैरिजन एंड कंट्रास्ट में अब पता चला कि जिम्नोस्पर्म्स एवोल्यूशन के लेडर में कहाँ पर है, ब्रायोफाइट्स, टेरिडोफाइट्स कहाँ पर है, और evolution has reached to the maximum level in angiosperms. Angiosperms may be some angiosperms are primitive, some are advanced. सबिया सारा समझ आया?
जी सर।
सबिया
ओके।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम सलाम। समझ आया सारा?
जी सर, समझ आ गया।
ठीक है, चलिए, सी यू टुमारो इंशाल्लाह।
ओके, अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।